Hello everyone and welcome to another high elo game of Age of Empires. Today we're cracking open our favorite Pinot Noir, putting some buff Bourguignon on our plates, and sitting down to watch MbL, playing as the Franks in red, take on Hearttt, playing as the Burgundians in blue. Now all the players heard their herdables Michael Jackson style, explore their immediate surroundings, and try to go up to Feudal as fast as possible. Let's take a look at the sim matchup we'll be watching today. Now, the Franks are the OG cavalry civilization. I just realized, harkening back to the last century, the 1900s, when Age of Kings came out. Their knights come with extra line of sight. Their stables can be upgraded to work much faster, and all Frankish mounted units come with extra HP starting in the Feudal Age. Now, to support their heavy cavalry on the field of battle against pesky, annoying things like halberdiers, the Franks can turn to their unique unit, the Throwing Axeman. This is a ranged infantry unit, think Malian Gebetto, but whose range can be even further increased. And to help a player produce as many Throwing Axemen as humanly possible, Frankish castles do come in cheaper at 25% less stone. Now, to help feed a big militaristic population, Frankish foragers do work a bit faster, and the Franks get all mill upgrades for free. Opposing MbL, we've got Hearttt playing as the Burgundians in blue, an oddball civilization with some of the wonkiest features and upgrades in the entire game. Now, militarily, yes, the Burgundian army does focus primarily on its cavalry, since it's the only civ in the game to have access to cavaliers in the Castle Age, and its unique unit, the Coustelier, is a medium cavalry shock unit that has a charge attack, where every 40 seconds, it gets a massive plus 20 or plus 25 added to its attack, depending if we're talking about the base model or the elite model. Now, to support their cavalry on the field of battle, Burgundian gunpowder units do come with extra attack, and the Burgundians have access to a second unique unit, the Flemish Militiaman. This is a medium infantry unit that comes with a pretty decent attack bonus against, you guessed it, cavalry. Now, that's still not enough for you. The Burgundians can conscript their entire civilian population by turning each and every one of these villagers into a Flemish militia and allowing even more Flemish militia to be trained out of their barracks. Now, in order to pay for their war machine, Burgundian stable techs are cheaper. Their relics generate food in addition to gold. They get all economic upgrades available one age earlier, and by the way, cost less food. And their farmers can be upgraded to also generate a small amount of gold while they till their fields. Think Vietnamese paper money, but instead of lumberjacks, it applies to their farmers. Those are the two civs. We've got potentially a very fascinating matchup. Hearttt here, okay, does manage to get the deer. Looks like he lost control of it for just a brief second. Players both sitting on 16 villagers apiece. Looks like our Frank wants to get on with the show, just throwing deer at the villagers so he can go out and explore. But there's still one left, turning the other way. But as I was about to say, we've got potentially a very interesting matchup. I mean, the Franks, cavalry, Burgundians, cavalry, both with paladins, both missing bloodlines. But if we're talking about bloodlines, HP, tankiness in general, I mean, the Franks, 20% more HP on their cavalry units starting in Feudal Age makes their cavalry super duper chonky, especially in the late stages of the game. Another deer thrown, and I suspect once this one is killed, this scout is going to start heading out onto the map to explore. I don't see any more deer. I see a bear. But for now, the scout is heading west. Never mind. Decides to change his mind and head north, while the players both head up to Feudal at basically the exact same time. Let's take a look at the bases, see who is advantaged / disadvantaged, if at all. Primary gold for our Frank, very exposed, very annoyingly placed on the uphill side or downhill side, I guess depending where you're standing on the hill. On an actual hill, this is so annoying. I wonder if he can fit a mining camp up here somewhere, maybe over here? But it does look like there's a tile missing. We'll see how that works out for our Frank. His primary stone, nice and secure in the backwards position. I also like the fact that he has 1, 2, 3 forests in the back. But the Franks, we'll see if he builds an army composition that's wood intensive, or if he goes for food, although wood equals farms equals food equals super duper fun cavalry. Secondary gold a little bit off campus, but not too far, but also in the forward position. Let's take a look at Hearttt. Oh man, look how far away his primary gold is. And also in the forward position, primary stone also in the forward position. Secondary gold nice and in the back. In terms of forests, does have 2 in the kind of forward position and a smaller one in the back. We'll see if he decides to wall off and make use of this gold as part of his wall off. Pluses and minuses to that. But for now, both players are in Feudal Age. One upgrading the food, one upgrading the wood. Both poking and prodding have discovered each other's bases. Now our Burgundian sees the backwards forests, decides to poke in, but 2 villagers at this point. I'm assuming with Loom. Yeah, of course with Loom. Should be enough to shoo this away, unless he commits here. He commits? Oh, the spearmen didn't even have to come here. The villagers took matters into their own hands, but one lays dead on the field. And 1 kill apiece. 1 economic kill for our Burgundian, 1 military kill for our Frank. Where is his scout, by the way? Oh, he's got a few. Okay, so it looks like he took a bit of damage there in his adventures in Burgundy. And it's our Burgundian who is walling off his base with a very long wall off here. I mean, he doesn't really have much of a choice, does he? This entire eastern portion of his base is completely open. But speaking of open, take a look at this. The north of our Frank's base is completely open. And here we go. Feudal aggression is beginning. Wall off is starting to go up. 2 spearmen moving forward, but 2 spearmen come in to meet them. Upgrades non-existent for both players. And look at our Burgundian getting that horse collar, making these farms super duper powerful. 250 food. Okay. At the same time, ooh. It's always fun to cast Feudal Age battles when it involves spearmen attacking spearmen. I mean, what do you say against that adorable tinkle tinkle sound? Oh, one more poke, one more poke. Oh, that one died too. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So if you take a look at the top right of your screen and the top left of your screen, our Frank on double bid axe for his lumberjacks. Our Burgundian already has bowsaw. So while both players have their food up to 250, remember the Franks get that for free. So they don't have to research, they don't have to spend any kind of money. The second they hit feudal with their mill, those farms just become so much juicier and bountiful. And I believe the standard meta for the Burgundians is you don't get the second farm upgrade in feudal. I remember there was a video Spirit of the Law did, if my memory serves me right, which FYI it usually doesn't. It usually does not. That it is not cost effective. Somehow it works out that it's not cost effective to get that upgrade in Feudal Age. But that's neither here nor there. We've got 4 Frankish scouts on the field of battle. Only 1 scout with a measly 2 out of 45 HP. And by the way, take a look at their HP, 54 instead of 45, because they come with 20% more HP. Not that that'll help much against these spearmen. Maybe 1 extra poke will be needed. But they're basically stuck in here. There we go. Tower is going up. He wants to shoo away this aggression. But the scouts are here. They are attacking. They should be able to shoo. Oh, they get another villager. Should be able to shoo away a few of these villagers. Spearman finally makes it here, but he's outnumbered 4-1. Immediately loses half of his HP. Now he doesn't know what the hell to do. He's kind of wandering around. 2 of his friends come and join the party. Full HP, but there's 2 archers already here. 1 spearman dies, but not in vain did these 3 spearmen give their lives for Burgundy, because the tower is up, 4 villagers inside. Archers have to get the hell out of here, and now there is nothing that our Frank can do anymore to put pressure on this gold, unless he just pivots and attacks somewhere else, which kind of looks like exactly what he's doing, moving. But take a look at the HP on this army. Oh, goodness gracious, below 50%. Wheelbarrow is the time. Oh my god, wheelbarrow is the time. It is the time for wheelbarrow for both players. Although our Burgundian, remember, they do cost less food. Their economic upgrades, not quite as powerful, in my opinion, as the Vietnamese economic upgrades. But you know what? Being available an age earlier, costing 33% less food is not bad at all. And our Burgundian, 35 villagers to 36 of our Frank, who, by the way, is so comfortable, MbL, at putting on aggression on the other side of the map. He hasn't completed the wall off of his base, which might be a problem. Maybe not against this scout with 6 HP, but it might generally be a problem here. On the other side of the map, though, MbL doing what he's been doing since minute 1, putting the pressure on his opponent. And now Hearttt stops in the middle of the map, catches some reinforcements. Got a scout with 5 HP. We've got a scout with 3 HP. So it really is the battle of the one punch man over here. Even a villager could take these guys down. Here we go. Will he bust in? Just pivots. Archers, always so annoying to mix in with your army when you're trying to bust in through your opponent's base. Especially, are they +1? Of course they are. +1 attack, +1 range means that these villagers exactly need to build a nice, thicker building. A house simply won't do. And I wonder if Hearttt is doing this on purpose, leading MbL's reinforcements on a merry little chase over here. And MbL is just everywhere. Oh, goodness gracious. Speaking of goodness gracious, I just realized I put the wrong bracket here at the on MbL's name. Oops. If MbL at any point does watch this video, I do apologize. That should be a square bracket, not the squiggly wiggly bracket. I believe that's the mathematical term. For those wondering, it is a squiggly wiggly bracket. Archers, why didn't you move in? You know there's no... I mean, this is definitely a kill zone if your archers get stuck inside, but you know there's no army here. The army is all on the east. The east side of Heartt's base. Here we go. He pivots to the place I figured he would, but at the same time, man, MbL does not want his opponent to get up to the later stages of the game, but a little bit too late. Boom, he hits castle, does our Burgundian a minute 45 ahead of our Frank. And that is just the power of having even just one extra economic feature, bonus, upgrade, whatever you want to call it, tech. Even one like wood lumberjacks. Was that the weak one? Yeah, that was the weak scout that died. And now MbL is to the north, attacking the wood line. He's to the inside the actual base, but knights are out, or at least a knight, 3 more in the production tab. And he's still chasing this. Is Hearttt microing these units, or did he just right click, right click, right click, right click about 500 times to make sure that they go around this Australia-shaped forest? But now, finally, never mind. They do die. The spearman comes, and that's all she wrote for that force. The archer pushing these lumberjacks off their wood line. One knight takes a bit of damage. This is probably enough knights to engage into this army. No, even... no, never mind. 4 spearmen. He wants the high ground. Upgrades. +1 attack. +1 armor. 6 knights for our Frank. Are we going to see a battle of heavy cavalry? I really hope so. I mean, aside from civ features and bonuses, aside from cavaliers being available in Castle Age, aside from knight line units coming with 20% more HP, the actual cavalry lines for these two civilizations are pretty similar, if not identical. I think the only difference is, unless I'm mistaken, Franks don't get hussars, whereas the Burgundians do. And I believe that might be the only actual difference. Take a look top left, top right of your screen. Nobody has bloodlines, which inures to the benefit of our Frank here, at least right now. 100 HP knights versus 120 HP knights. 20 extra HP, even if you're down 1 armor upgrade. Bear is activated. Oh, I don't know where he thinks he's going. Who he thinks he's mauling. 2 knights. Make quick work of him. we saw, or I at least on the mini map, we saw 2 extra town centers for our Frank, who is now himself down 2 villagers, despite the fact that he was up 2 villagers a little while ago. Now Frank's shooing away the Burgundians. The Burgundian walls off the base. Are these sacrificial lambs? No, there is an alley here. And this is death alley over here for the Frank if he enters this. This is a kill zone if I've ever seen one. This reminds me of, which one was it? Was it Iron Man 2? Where at the end, him and Rhodey were in the kill box against all of, oh, what was his name? Sam, I can never remember that actor's name. Who was it, the actor who had a competing company and was designing, and then Mickey Rourke, with quite possibly one of the worst Russian accents done since John Malkovich in Rounders, played Ivan, no, I was about to say Ivan Drago, but no, that is Rocky. What did I just say about my memory? What the hell did I just say about my memory? Sam Harris, is that his name? Sam Neill? Something. In any event, this reminds me of the end of Iron Man 2, where him and War Machine are inside the kill box, but of course survive, taking very little to no damage themselves. Night on night violence. A random spearman, a random Feudal Age archer thinks that he can help here. Probably... nope. Probably wrong. Our Frank is on the retreat to the east. He is on the hunt to the west. A second town center now up for our Burgundian. And now we've got monks on the field. How many? 5 for our Frank, 2 for our Burgundian, and 1 converted knight says, a second ago you guys were my friends, but I have received a message from the Frankish Empire. They are holding my family hostage. Unless I turn around and attack you, my family will pay the price. And he does exactly that. Takes a bit of damage, heads back. Monk too busy taking a relic. This will be the second one for our Franks. Our Burgundian himself going up to a 3rd town center as well. Villager count, I'm surprised they're so identical. Despite the differences in town centers, the Feudal Age army just kind of wandering around, waiting to die. This is probably a few spotting units designed to catch exactly what he's catching right now, which is vision of his opponent's army. Oh my goodness, this monk just having free reign of the entire map. Ooh, walled out. But gets through the gate. What are we working with here? 400 HP, 6 knights, +1/+1. They are still not that great against full town centers, so they're going to take a whole bunch of damage. One of them actually dies. Now they split up. One goes after the stone, one goes into the middle of nowhere, into empty Frankish farmland. 2 to the right will die very quickly. The ones to the left head to the wood line. Oh, they are stretching my zoom out capacity over here. This is quite the chase over here. Oh my god. Hearttt doing a fantastic job using 2 of the weakest knights to lure out the entirety, almost the entirety of the Frankish army. This is 9 knights chasing 2 that have a total of 19 HP. You are not going to catch up. Unless, wait 1 second. No, 1.35, 1.49. Yeah, so both players have husbandry. One does not actually research it, at least not yet. And here we go. It's not every day you see the Burgundians getting cavaliers in Castle Age. I know it's a Civ feature. I know it's one of the coolest things ever, but a lot of Burgundian games, there's a lot of villager production for that good old Flemish Revolution. The most controversial, let's put it like that, tech upgrade feature in the game. And what the hell is going on right now? Lines, sniper lines everywhere. 7 monks to 7 monks in production for our Burgundian as well. And the Cavaliers hit the field just as the battle begins. But this is a lot of Franks. Take a look at the Cavalier, by the way. Only has 120 HP. Let's compare the two while the battle takes place here. 11 attack to 13. Armor's the same. HP's the same. So the Burgundian Cavalier isn't that much better than the Frankish Knight right now with these specific upgrades. Looks like our Frank is trying to put down a castle. Might be a little bit too cocky there, choosing that location. Okay, chooses a bit of a safer location. Blue must see this with the tower. Yeah, he does, and if not the tower, now he sees it with his cavalry force. What an absolute rout by the Frank there. But he's not ahead that much, only double. This is the army supply, but now he's down 10% villager count. Sniping monks is our Frank, at the same time chasing these cavaliers. Are they better upgraded now? No, still +1/+1. So 13 attack against an 11 attack is really the only difference. Which means, yes, the cavalier is better, but not much better. 3 villagers still here. Might want to finish these walls. Might want to finish these walls. Might want to finish these walls. Oh, no, MbL. Oh, MbL didn't notice, I guess, that he didn't finish that one section of wall. All the villagers are now dead. The castle is at 67%, 2/3 of the way through. Might as well cancel it unless we see a villager pull. No, we don't. What we see is more and more stables being built for our Frank, which I don't mind at all. Can you please upgrade your spearmen, Mr. Frank? And now it really just does become a numbers game. And look at MbL. He was up 20-11 army supply. Now he's at 12-12. Okay, our Burgundian sensing that he has an opportunity here. Maybe not a great opportunity, but an opportunity nonetheless. Why did you... Is this walled off? Is the stable touching the monastery? Is that why he couldn't? I was wondering why he didn't rush in with the light cav to get that monk, but that might answer that question. 3,200 HP. What do you do in this case? As the Frank, okay, he's building another castle completely, so delete this one. I mean, I guess don't delete it. There's no real point. It's not really coming under attack just yet. Although it is now. Interesting, when you take a look at MbL's vision, you don't see the units attacking it? That's kind of weird. Kind of looks like it's empty, but its HP is going down. Cavaliers continue streaming in. Small clumps of them. I wonder why our Burgundian keeps sending a few here, a few there. I mean, if you're talking about scouting, 300 HP means you can get a lot of scouting done with these tanky units. Is he going to cancel? It's down to 1,000 HP. A 4th town center for our Franks. Very far off campus, but that's where the gold is. A 4th relic. There's only 1 relic left. Has he seen it? No, he has not. Burgundian Cavaliers. Moving in. What are they expecting to find? Doesn't matter. They're not going to find anything but an open wood line, maybe. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. He didn't cancel it. Or did he? No, I don't think he canceled it. Oh, no. And, oh, God, losing. I mean, at this point, he would have lost a third, because the castle was 2/3 done, which means if he canceled it, what? He'd get a third of it back. What's a third of 488? Oh, God. 160 stone? So maybe he figured it, you know, not really worth it. About 160 stone, if he had it right now, would allow him to build a castle. Looks like the Burgundian Cavaliers are dead. One of them got converted, we saw. Another battle here to the left of Australia. Our Burgundians at +2/+2. Both players heading up to Imperial, roughly 10 seconds apart. We've got 2 throwing axemen on the field. Upgrades +2 only. No bearded axe. No extra range for them. Pikeman is the name of the game for our Burgundian. So he is slowing down the pace of the game. Oh, I complained about this before when we watch cavalry civilizations take each other on. I am not a fan of slowing down the pace of the game with infantry, but let's see the direction it goes. For now, one knight trying to save the villagers? No. Oh my God. Not today, villagers, says this knight. Okay, his friend comes and saves the day. Defensive castle wants the stone, wants to stop any kind of raiding from the north of the map. And here we go. Both players are in Imperial Cavalier immediately. Yes! At the very least, we know we're going to get to see Cavalier versus Cavalier. This is where the Franks shine. 120 HP for this Burgundian Cavalier. These guys, once they upgrade, what? 144, I want to say? Right? 120 plus 24. Bear activated, waddling very slowly, it looks like. Oh, God, it's so annoying. So annoying after having to deal with the wildlife. But the players are jostling here in the center. Oh, are we going to see one big titanic clash? Is this how this game is going to end? A couple of hippies here deciding, let's give peace a chance. Create a communal little area with two outposts. They see each other. Throwing axeman. Very cocky throwing axeman. Oh, you belong to us now, says Hearttt, who is upgrading his monks. Holy moly, block printing illumination. He's a second away from blast furnace. Frankish paladin. Sorry if that did something to your eyes, but I had to zoom in on that stables. Is our Frank gonna get chivalry? Are these stables gonna work a little? I say a little. It's 40% faster. Okay, let's. I sense, my spidey senses are telling me that we're gonna see a big clash in a second. Let's take a look at what we're actually working with. How many stables for our Frank? 6 stables for him. For our Burgundian, 3 only, but 10 barracks. He's also getting paladin. Paladin. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This villager is very pacifistic. Very pacifistic. One more and he's donezo. There he goes. The funny thing is both players are going to reach paladin roughly at the same time. 19 seconds apart. Favorite thing about the game. Synchronized attacks. Let's see if I was right. Yeah, 144 HP. Army counts 48 to 58. Villager supply. MbL is down 10 on each count. Army count and civilian count. And he's still a minute away from blast furnace. Oh, Burgundian vineyards also interesting. Our Burgundian maxing out his infantry as well. Their armor. Absolutely no investment into ranged units whatsoever. Why the hell would he? These castles don't really form part of his attack strategy yet. Although I guess ballistics. Got a bombard cannon. Ballistics will help them. Oh my god, 192 HP paladins. I'm getting deja vu, except now they're paladins instead of knights. And now it's 10 instead of 9, chasing 2 very weak Burgundian units. Okay, so both players know that they have paladins. Oh my god, what is this? What is this? 44 paladins against only 11, though. Our Burgundian, get those numbers up. He's got 63, 64 army supply. How many trebs here? Holy moly, 4 trebs to 5. Masonry is going to help these structures take a bit more of a pounding. And what's here to the left? Just a bunch of outposts. Okay, let's quickly pivot back here. I don't want to take my eyes off of this. If I miss a battle between paladins, I will not forgive myself. Picture in picture be damned. Here come the Franks. Here come the Franks to reclaim Burgundy as their own. But Halberdiers on the high ground. No. Where are the throwing axemen? Where are the hand cannoneers? Where is anything? Oh, I'm starting to get scared for our Frank. Oh, it looks like he's powering through. His castle is down. He's going after the trebs. Big mistake. Big mistake. You don't need to get those trebs right now. You don't have a castle left. Kill the units. What an absolute amazing battle. But ultimately, it's our Frank. 44 paladins down the shitter. We've got a reinforcing contingent, though. And these halberdiers with the high ground, with the attack bonus. What is it, 32 against cavalry? Oh, that's disgusting. That is disgusting. And by the way, the exact amount of the extra HP that paladins get from 160 to 192. So it does mean that these paladins take 1 extra poke. Loses another paladin to a convert. Now our Burgundian's got 192 HP paladin. Oh, and the trebs are being abandoned. Oh no, our Frank is in flight mode. And not the good kind you put when you're traveling somewhere. He's running back. Hussars are even out. Oh no, wall off your base. Okay, MbL, fantastic job. Fantastic job. Where do you think you're going? What? This is what I was asking earlier. Why the hell didn't that light cab go after the monk? But oh no, our Burgundian Hearttt has sussed out an exposed tile, an empty open tile where he can send his cavalry. And now that he knows it's there, the pressure will probably start getting applied. Trebs in a castle stationing themselves. I mean, you could have just moved these Trebs a few tiles to the left and gotten the high ground, but our Frank, not without his own powerful units, does lose one immediately before the battle even gets started. He is gonna raid the hell. If we're talking about raiding, a Frankish paladin, oh mama, can it take a beating. But at the same time, our Burgundians here raiding to the back, luring Frankish paladins away from the battlefield. 27 of them now attacking the infrastructure with halberdiers. Hand cannoneers come out. Where the hell were you here at the battle of what do we want to call this? The battle of Green Hill, or let's Dual Tree Hill. Our Frank raiding here, raiding there, raiding everywhere. Our Burgundian also doing the exact same thing. Villager counts are dropping. Army count is dropping for our Frank, and OMG. I mean, if you're watching this video and you're not new, you know I'm gonna rewind, right? You just know that's happening. What an absolute fun battle. Although maybe I'm rewinding too much. Maybe this is taking too long. No, here we go. Okay, that was the reinforcements. Just bear with me, it'll be worth it. Let's take a look at what the hell just happened here. I'm so sorry. I said 44. This is 54. 54 Frankish paladins. 10,000 HP of chivalric knight power. At the opposing army, 14. Only 14. What are the upgrades on these guys? So fully upgraded versus fully upgraded. But 37 halberdiers. Again, we see they take the high ground on the Battle of Green Hill. And let's go. Let's see. I'm going to put on slow-mo. By the way, let's not discount 9 freaking monks. So the paladins engage the paladins to the left. The halberdiers with the high ground here. Okay, so seconds into the battle, 54 has become 43. And there's still, now there's 17. Because welcome to conversion land. Oh my god, 17 paladins. Okay, still against 43. Halberdiers apparently don't die because there's still 33 of them left. Monks, 10 now. somehow the Burgundian army keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Thank you, monks. Okay, so the Franks look like they're crushing the left flank. It looks like they're getting crushed in the south, though. And going after the monks, I don't think that was necessary. And this, I think, is the big mistake. This is the huge mistake. Your castle is down. These trebs mean nothing. You know, pack up your trebs, move them back, and you're good. This is 6 paladins, 1,000 HP that could have desperately been used here. I mean, let's take out the trebs, the monk. Look at this. Somehow he's got double the HP of his opponent and still... Oh, sorry. Never mind. Not double the HP. He would have double the HP, sorry, if he had these knights in action. But without them, equal amount of HP. And with the halberdiers and their plus 32 attack bonus, whether he wins this fight or not, it's a bad trade for our Frank. And holy moly, does he get absolutely wrecked here. But... castle down as well. So, a bloody battle for both players. What an absolute epic game. 146 Frankish paladins, 117 halberdiers. PKPM for one player right at the end of the game, for the other right at the beginning of the game. Economy, look at that. Identical. Even with 2,000 gold from relics. Identical economy. Holy, what is it, like 3% difference? A bit more wood for our Burgundian, a bit more food for our Frank, although not that much more. Gold, basically identical. Stone, basically identical. There's that Burgundian vineyards. I wonder if he needed chivalry to make his castles. Is this end of game? 1 second, because I know that... No, let's fast forward to the end of the game, but wow! I mean, okay, now he's up to 5 stables, 11 barracks, and then he just pushes through with the raiding. And our Frankish base, if this was closed off, probably could have held a little bit longer. Who's kidding who? Although, you know what? Never mind. The economy is, I'm so sorry. You know what? Never mind. It's still basically identical. Let's look at converts. 38 converts. Total army was 203 for our Franks. He lost 20% of his army to converts throughout the game. That is just incredible. Absolutely incredible. Kill count, very similar. A lot more villager kills here towards the end of the game for our Burgundian. But ultimately, more military kills for our Frank. Not surprising with the tankier units, but what a super fun game. Franks versus Burgundians. We got to see the Paladins. Holy moly. What a super fun game, and he was gathering them here in the center. He still had 19 left, but look at his resources. Absolutely all gone. And now the Burgundian is knocking on the front door saying, bonjour. And there is nothing that our Frank can do about it. Raid all you want. It doesn't matter. At this stage of the game, you're down. You're almost at sub 100 villagers. Your opponent has what looks like a 2,000 score difference, so about 20% score lead ahead of you. You must be looking at that dejected after that horrible battle and the horrible second follow-up battle. And my goodness, we got to see one of the coolest things in Age of Empires 2. Paladins versus Paladins, including Frankish Paladins, fully upgraded for our viewing pleasure. But even those super duper fun tanky units were not enough. It is Hearttt, our Burgundian, who takes the W, but GG in a super fun bloody matchup to both players. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you're notified of my latest uploads.